Okay, for discussion 7, I was B19, and so here is all my values. I'll describe them all. So at first, for my mean, I got 7.41. Standard deviation, I got 1.326011. The max weight was 11.56. The minimum weight was 0.089. The sample size I was using was 500. I would call this graph a left skew. It's kind of just skewed a little bit to the left. There are a few outliers, I would say, but nothing horrible. The median is 7.5. Okay, so then I went and I made a histogram with the bin width being 0.1. And here's the histogram. On the histogram, I labeled my mean at 7.41. And this yellow line shows one standard deviation above and one standard deviation below the mean. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about the hypothesis. In the hypothesis, the null was that the population mean is 7.33. The alternative hypothesis is the population mean is different from 7.33. So then I did my calculations. My SE was 0.059301. My signal, which is minusing my mean from the null hypothesis mean, was 0.08. So it means my mean was 0.08 pounds more than what the null said it would be. The noise is the same as the SE, same value. The t-test statistic is 1.349049, and the p-value I got is 0.177933. Okay, so then I'm going to talk more about this graph and this. Okay, so my results are consistent with a population mean of 7.33 pounds. Since I was B, I did get babies born in the United States, and if you looked at the directions, it does actually retain the null hypothesis. Okay, so I am going to retain the null hypothesis. This is a truly random sample. So then I did my 95% confidence level using my SE, and the lower limit I got 7.31, and as you can see I show how to calculate it here. My upper limit I got 7.51, and I can say that I'm 95% confident that the average weight of babies born in the US in 1996 lies between 7.31 and 7.51 pounds. I actually used the number line and I graphed it. So here's the mean of 7.41. Here's my lower limit of 7.31, my upper limit of 7.51, and as you can tell, 7.33 still lies here. Also, since my p-value is positive and it's 0.18 technically, I decided that that is close enough to retaining my null hypothesis. So then, so the p-value it came from the population specified in the null hypothesis. So yeah, that's how I did it. Okay, so then this picture, it actually, the shade in area, which is right here and right here, is representing the p-value. So it's the p-value using the both tails, and as you can see, it's kind of taking a big proportion, whereas in our sample it was taking kind of a very small, so that's why they didn't retain and denied the hypothesis, but I did actually retain it, see, because it is showing a big portion. And so now I'm gonna, looking at this and looking at this, I can see that it is a reasonable estimate of the population mean, and 7.33 does lie in here, and this is showing a pretty big area of the graph, so that is why I also am retaining the hypothesis. And then for the last part, it said, how well did you demonstrate your results? This assignment set out to demonstrate. Okay, it said in a total, almost 4 billion babies were born in the United States in 1996. The average weight for these nearly 4 billion babies was 7.33 pounds. Based on your results, do you believe your sample came from this population? I actually do believe that my population did come from this, my sample came from this population, because since I did retain the null hypothesis, I can state that the average weight, or my sample came from the population because the 7.33 did fall between the average weights. But for B, it says in total about 37,000 babies were born in Iowa in 1996. The average weight for these babies was 7.5 pounds. Based on your results, do you believe your sample came from the population? No, because 7.5 is kind of high on my scale. If you look here, my upper limit only goes to 7.51, so having 7.51 as an average would not indicate this sample that I was given. And my hypothesis test result did come in a correct decision, so I did not have any error. It also did state the B babies were born in the United States, so I could just see why I can retain the hypothesis and not reject it. So overall, here is all of my calculations I did. Here's my second calculations. This is kind of the results I'm giving. This is my histogram. This is my confidence interval right here. And right here, it's representing my p-value in both tails. Overall, these are my results, and I hope you guys enjoy. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.